Ever wondered why homemade pizza often tastes better than store-bought? It's not just the fresh ingredients, but the magic of making it yourself. Today, dive into the art of crafting the perfect homemade pizza from dough to delicious. Start with the foundation of any great pizza, the dough. Combine 4 cups of all-purpose flour with a teaspoon of salt in a large mixing bowl. Stir in a packet of instant yeast and a tablespoon of sugar to help the yeast activate. Mix these dry ingredients well before adding warm water and a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. The water should be warm to the touch, not hot, to avoid killing the yeast. Pour in the water gradually while mixing until the dough begins to form. This might take about 1.5 cups of water. Once the dough starts to come together, transfer it onto a lightly floured surface. Knead it by hand for about 10 minutes until it's smooth and elastic. This kneading process is crucial as it develops the gluten in the flour, giving your pizza base that delightful chewiness. After kneading, place the dough in a lightly oiled bowl, turning it once to coat it with oil. Cover the bowl with a damp cloth and set it aside in a warm place. Allow the dough to rise until it doubles in size, which should take about an hour, depending on the warmth of your environment. While the dough is rising, prepare your toppings. A classic choice is tomato sauce, mozzarella cheese, and a handful of fresh basil. However, feel free to get creative with what you love. Sliced bell peppers, onions, or even a sprinkle of arugula added after baking can make your pizza unique. Preheat your oven to 475 degrees Fahrenheit. If you have a pizza stone, place it in the oven as it preheats. A hot stone will help cook your pizza evenly and give it a beautifully crisp crust. When the dough has risen, punch it down gently to release any air bubbles. Divide the dough into 2 equal parts if you prefer thinner crusts or leave it whole for a thicker base. Stretch the dough by hand or use a rolling pin to shape it into your desired size. Remember, the dough is forgiving, so don't worry if it's not perfectly round. Spread a thin layer of your sauce over the base, leaving a small border around the edges. Sprinkle your cheese and arrange your toppings. Remember, less is more. Overloading the pizza can result in a soggy center. Slide your pizza onto the preheated stone or a baking sheet if you don't have a stone. Bake for about 10 to 12 minutes or until the crust is golden and the cheese is bubbly and slightly browned. In summary, making the perfect homemade pizza involves preparing a smooth, elastic dough, letting it rise properly, and being creative with your toppings. Bake it hot and fast for a crisp, delicious finish. Embrace the process and enjoy your delicious creation, a slice of homemade perfection.